Right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of SkyFactory One, and in fact, what should be the final episode of SkyFactory One. I was thinking little bit about this. I was gonna trying to figure out what episodes I could do and all of that, and I came to realize that a lot of what I have left to do is going to be just ticking boxes basically. So I figured we might as well live stream it, and then at the end we can also open a few chance cubes. I think is going to be the plan. So the reason I'm down here is because I wanted to show that the blaze spawner blazing blood farm is up and running, as you can see, and I've even got some generators hooked up to it. So as they produce blazing blood, it ends up being pumped into these generators, and then they very, very, very slowly create power, which helps power my system. I also discovered that the lights that I have down here are not optimally placed, since apparently it is a light value above 12 that will shut off blaze spawners, not 7. So they're set up for 7. So I'd need to move them closer together, basically, and add more to get them to fully turn off. But what we're going to start off with is we're just going to look here in the task book, because there's a few tasks that I completed that we're going to go ahead and turn off. Still don't actually know how to do a squid farm. Don't really need to either. So build a room to display trophies. Right here. I didn't put a roof on it because I wasn't sure if I was going to do 1 floor or 2 floors or whatever. But that is a room to display the trophies. So we'll go over what's all inside that in a second here. But build a room to display trophies. Transmit power wirelessly. If I can fly. Just hitting everything. So what I have over here is I have energy transfer nodes going up to the wither, the automatic wither killer. I can show you here here. So this is just using the wither box that I built to kill the wither in before. The difference is that I've basically completely closed it in, so now nothing. The wither can't get out. Basically, can't get in, can't get out. And then I have a wither builder right here, which is where one of those energy doohickers down there is pointing. So it's charging this wither builder up. And then the other one is pointing at the mob crusher. So the mob crusher will just kill the wither. And then the items get pumped out of here into that, which goes down into a chest that's down there. And then gets sucked into the refined storage system. So this is actually stopped because I don't have enough wither skulls, which is fine because I've got oodles and oodles of nether stars anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But what that does mean is that we have, in fact, transmitted power wirelessly. Automating a farm with a gatherer and a sower. I know early on I talked about how this was kind of a pointless thing to do, because the thing that you would want to automate is your mystical agriculture crops, and because they need to be placed on the correct tier soil, it gets really tricky. But I figured out, because I did actually set up an automatic harvest over here. So if we go down here and we look at the plant sower, we can see that there's actually a way to set up different quadrants. And each quadrant then can be placed on a different type of soil. So you can see I've got like the nether wart growing on the soul soil, and then pumpkins, and they're, so it can be done. And you could actually do that with the mystical agriculture crops. You would just need to put basically one tier, all your tier 1s would go in one quadrant, all your tier 2s would go in another quadrant, all your tier 3s would go in a third quadrant, and so on. And you'd probably have to set up multiple to be able to get through all the different tiers. But that works just fine for the mystical agriculture stuff, and then this works for the wheat, potatoes, netherwort, and all that. But the point is that we did actually automate the farm. When I read this initially, I thought they meant like a turtle, like a Minecraft turtle. But what they're actually talking about, if I can remember how to spell turtle, what I assume that they're actually talking about is one of these guys, which is not a thing that I remember because I've never actually played with Computercraft. The computer program that I remember was in SkyFactory 4 is I forgot the name. I literally just forgot the name of it. But anyway, it would be something like this, one of these things, but I don't know. I don't know what you do. Like the digging turtle or the mining turtle would be really nice to dig out a cave or something, but it's a void world, so there's nothing you can do for that. The like the farming turtle would be good, but there's better machines for farming. Crafting, you don't really need to do anything because, again, same with felling. Like there's better ways to harvest wood, and melee, again, there's better ways to combat things. So the only real reason I can see to do that is just because it's a challenge. That's it. So we're not going to do that. I'll leave that as a challenge to you guys. If you wanted to play this pack, you can figure out some way to automate something with the turtle. Plus, I don't know Computercraft. The other reason is I don't know Computercraft, so I'd actually have to learn the whole mod in order to be able to figure out how to work these things. Use a destructor to farm something. The only thing that I can think of that you could do this with in this pack would be concrete. Because you could use the I forget the name of it. The formation plane, whatever the equivalent of the formation plane is, to basically put concrete and water, and then use the destructor to pick up the concrete powder, and then use the destructor to pick up the concrete. But I don't use enough concrete to really make that worth doing, and I don't feel like applied energistics. It's very difficult for this to set this up. And I can't imagine that refined storage is going to be any simpler. So I'm not going to mess around with that. Pigment-based gold farm. Again, we don't really need a pigment-based gold farm. You could very easily set one up in one of the bastions because the pigments spawn there like crazy. So if that's something that you want to do, definitely go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we're starting to get into why I'm pretty much going to finish this pack up today. A lot of what is left are either challenges like these where like the turtle, where I have to learn an entirely new mod in order to do it, or they're ones like this, which is just a set it up and let it run, and eventually it'll trigger. So store 1 million cobblestone in a black hole unit. Well, first off, that means you need to have a black hole unit that's capable of holding 1 million, which I do actually have now. It was a huge pain in the butt to set up. But I have this advanced black hole unit over here. And if I do this, you can see that it actually has 1.6 million in it currently. Because I swapped the drawer out for the black hole unit. So now all this cobblestone is now feeding into there, and then from there it's then feeding into the cauldrons, which, as you can see, I've also added another cauldron. All of these cauldrons are now also sitting on blazing blood. So they are, basically producing lava as fast as possible in this pack. And I'm actually keeping up on power generation for now, so. But anyway, this is what a lot of the problem is that a lot of them are going to be just set them up and let them run. Fortunately, I do actually have enough cobblestone since I've set that up early enough and then switched it to the black hole unit fast enough, basically, because the drawer had actually filled up. So anyway, we can check that one off. We've done all the rest of them. We've done all these. And now we have the trophy room stuff. And so I'll go back over here. And you can see that I actually started setting up displays for all the different colors of wool. And then I realized that doing it like this is dumb. Aside from the fact that item frames are kind of laggy and there's a lot of things that they want you to put in item frames, or at least have displayed that you can't put down any other way. So if I was actually going to do this, I wouldn't put them in item frames. I would just take them and put them just like that and just have them displayed like that. But then I realized that I don't even need to do that. I have this. Try to put that away. I have this. So this is every color of wool right here. That is every color of wool in this pack. That is available in this pack. The bottom two rows are the vanilla ones, and the upper two rows are the ones added by, I forget the name of the mod that adds block diversity. So as you can see, I've set up a basically a wool farm, and this is using a similar principle to what you would set up vanilla wool farm. There's observers down here. The only thing that I'm really doing is I've got a redstone, wireless redstone down here, so it's wirelessly sending a signal to there, which is then triggering the dispenser that's full of shears. And then obviously I have refined storage set up to make sure that these dispensers always stay full of shears, so I don't have to come by here, manually fill them, or manually craft a bunch of shears. And since I've got my nice iron farm over there, I don't have to worry about iron. But that is every color of wool, and as you can tell, I have, a lot of every color of wool. These actually had filled up not terribly long ago, or at least the bottom ones, because I set those up first. Obviously, I kind of set it up from here and went that way. But as you can see, like, some of them were actually full for a while, and until I I came and I put the other storage upgrades in them. And I've actually only got one storage upgrade, so I can probably put more. But I've got void upgrades on all of them too, so once the drawer fills up, the rest of it will just get voided. Since there's no easy way to turn this setup off. Unlike in vanilla, you could turn this off by just letting the shears run out, and then it would stop. But anyway, that is each color of wool. Full sets of armor from 8 different materials. If we come over here, you can see that I've got full sets of armor. So I've got leather, chainmail, gold, iron, diamond, netherite, and then I believe this is force. Yeah, force, and then infernium. So that's 8 different sets of armor. All of them are complete, all the way start to top, or start top to bottom. Except for the chainmail boots that I'm missing somehow. How am I missing chainmail boots? I sworn I had some. But anyway, the chainmail's a little obnoxious to get, because basically all I did is I came over here to my mob farm, and I just waited until mobs with chainmail dropped, and then I just snagged them out of here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. As you can see, like, I was waiting for chainmail boots. I turn this filter off. But now that I've got a pair, now we can go finish it off. That's what I forgot. I forgot that I still needed to finish the chainmail armor. All right. Anyway, there we go. Full set of chainmail. And I decided chainmail because it's probably the most difficult of the armor sets to actually obtain a full set of, since you have to get it from mobs. You can't just craft it the way you can all of the rest of them. So that was the logic behind chainmail, instead of just going with, like, the tier 2 mystical agriculture armor or whatever. Ooh, cables. 20 different seeds from mystical agriculture, and this is where the item frames come in. because the only way to display seeds is with mystical or is with signs or item frames. I can't speak today. But as you can see, I don't have any in the refined storage system because I think they're in this chest here. Yeah, like the 4 that I've got there. But I've got 4 there, and then I've got, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Anyway, the point is that I've got a lot more than 20 different crops. And again, it's one of those things where displaying the seed is nice and all. But the crop themselves, I think, is more interesting to have than the actual seed. So I think if this was something that I was actually interested in pursuing, if I was actually going to pursue this and set up a trophy room or a display room for this, I think I would actually do it where I would put down dirt, make farmland, and then put the seed on top of it and let the plant grow, and I would display it as a mature crop rather than as just put the seed on the wall or something like that. Hey, JR, don't worry about being late. It's fine. We all get distracted by things in our life. We're just kind of going over the things that I've done since the last episode of SkyFactory One. And then there's a couple of them we can accomplish today, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm just going to check that off because, like I said, displaying the seeds themselves is not that super interesting. Hello there, OZ 4009. All right, so the next thing is 20 unique force flasks. These things I cannot figure out.
Why do you keep touching me?
Hey, thank you very much for the follow. So I cannot figure out how these force flasks work because there's no recipes except for these two in JEI. And I looked them up on the internet, and it says that you need to use something called a rod of holding, but there is no rod of holding in the game. Like there's nothing called a rod of holding, so I have no idea how you're supposed to get these. I tried just using this guy, the force rod, but again, it doesn't do anything. I have extra stone seeds that I need to get rid of. So I don't know if this is just something, because I know this ForceCraft mod is unique to SkyFactory, and it's an update of an old busted ass bows in here. It's an update of a mod that was in the original SkyFactory that doesn't really have an equivalent the way that a lot of other mods do for 1.16, and it's one that Darkosto created themselves. Either they created it or they had somebody else create it for this pack. So I don't know if they fully implemented all of the different features. So that's one that I'm just not going to mess around with. The other thing too is that it's also going to be a boring one, because it's literally just going to be me finding 20 different things, and I think there only are. Okay, well, there's more than 20, so we could, it's basically just going to be finding 20 different things and however you get them into the flask and doing that. And the fact that you can put like villagers in here is and iron golems and snow golems makes this really super crazy easy to do. So I'm not gonna bother with that one. Moving on into the tier 2, automated bacon farm. The trouble with this, and I know exactly how you would set this up, because there's industrial foregoing machines that allow you to automatically breed creatures, and then you can do that, and you can automatically slaughter them, and that'll get you the pork. And then to make, you know, the bacon, well, you can use Tinker's Construct to do it, which doesn't have a recipe. Or you can do... Okay, yeah, so you do a ForceCraft grinder, so you kill them, you feed the raw pork chops into one of these grinders, that gets you raw bacon, and then you just cook the bacon. And there you go, you've got a bacon farm. The problem is that I don't have any pigs. like pigs are just not spawning for me. There's a way that you can get pigs to spawn. There's the bait in the game, but I don't know how to do that, because you try putting the bait down and it's just like, okay, you need water in the area. All right, put water in. Well, you need to be quiet. You need more blocks from that mob's biome. I don't know what the heck that means, because if you told me that it needs like spruce trees, then I could plant spruce trees. But you just say from the mob's biome. Pigs spawn in every biome, so I don't know what you want. But anyway, we'll just leave that one. That's another one too that we just be like, you just build it and there you go. So, and like I said, I know how to do it. I don't have the actual pigs to do it. Anyway, we've done those two. Infinity Construction Wand. Infinity Construction Wands are really easy. If we look them up here. Infinity Wand, Nether Star, and 2 sticks. Ta-da! Infinity Wand. Restriction none, direction target, replacement yes, matching similar, random no. I have no idea what all those settings mean. I also don't really use construction wands, but anyway, we've crafted it. Alright. 10 heart containers from Silic. Now this is the reason why I actually set up that crafter over there. So if I go over here, you can see that I've actually created the autocraft for the heart container. But if I tell it to craft 10 of these, I am missing a ton of stuff. I'm missing a ton of emeralds, missing a ton of fish, a ton of barley, and most importantly, a ton of experience. Well, actually only 2 experience essence, because you need these bottles of enchanting. So there's a couple different ways that I can get the bottles of enchanting. I could just go buy them from my villagers, but I would need emeralds to do that. These 2 are going to be a little bit more difficult to get. I don't actually have barley growing over here, but I've got it right here, so. Just grab that, and we'll toss those in there. And then the experience is actually right here. So we basically, this is another one where it's like we just have to wait for it to finish, to grow, you know, for the resources to generate. You can probably also get some emeralds. Not too many, actually. 5 more emeralds. Got some emerald ore. Oops, that's my silk touch pickaxe. That's not gonna work. 1. Read up a little bit. Something force rod upgraded with force flask and force infuser to make rod of holding or something. Yeah, that's what I read too. But let's see, because I've got the infuser right here. Like, there's no like, because you can't put these in the. You can't put the flasks in here at all. You can put the rod in there, but you can't put the flask in. See, and there is a book too, but there's nothing about it in here. So, because I think you're probably looking at the same page that I looked at. That is for it's either called DartCraft or the original 1.7 version of this pack. I don't think that's actually for this version of the pack. Because, like I said, you can't actually put the flask in the infuser. That's why I made the infuser. That's why it's sitting right here. It's because I was like, oh, okay, so I need this thing, so let me make it real quick. And it does not work. So I really don't know what the intention is for that. I did figure out how to get bottled withers though, pretty easily. Why do I keep ending up with bows in here? Like, where are these coming from? I mean, they're coming from the mob farm. That's not, but I don't know how they're getting into the system. Whatever. Anyway, what was I doing? I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, the heart containers. So yeah, missing a ton of emeralds, missing a ton of the raw salmon, and missing a bunch of experience essence. I think we can make salmon with fish essence, which I don't have fish essence. That is a mob thing, and the mob, getting the mob seeds in this game, in this version, is a pain in the butt. The other thing we can probably do, there's probably a bunch of salmon over here. No, there isn't. Why is there nothing over here? Oh, I put that down. It must be in range. Huh. Well, that's definitely going to mess up a squid farm. I tried building. I'd have to just build it over there. Or out somewhere. Anyway, the other thing we can do is we can always just do like... You can just make a fishing rod and just fish real quick. Fishing rod. Oh, let me grab some lapis. I want to see if I can enchant this with the whatever the luck one is. I need levels. I don't have any levels.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
The other thing that we're going to need a lot of are emeralds. But emeralds are actually really easy to get in 1.16 because you can just do the whole book thing. You know, you buy a bookshelf for an emerald, break the bookshelf, you get 3 books, then you can sell each book for an emerald. So you go from 1 emerald to 3 emeralds. And you just keep doing that until you have however many you need.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
It's nice to have a lot of experience just kind of stored away, huh? These aren't even the big ones either. I probably should have upgraded these to the advanced. The advanced frames are still a pain in the butt to make, though, because again, I've not really figured out a good way to automate it. We're just gonna take this all the way up to 90. Because there's some enchantments that only show up once you get above a certain experience level. Plus, when I shut this off, if you can't tell, there's actually a pile of XP that's right there that hasn't been pulled in yet. Because for some reason, and I don't know why, Darkosto, when he created this pack, decided not to include the performance increasing mods that you typically see in big mod packs. Because there's like ones that'll cause these experience orbs to actually clump together. instead of just being individual orbs, they'll actually start merging and turning into larger value orbs, which really helps with the frame rate. If you notice, my frames they're getting better now because I'm picking up the orbs, but like if I look up here, the frame rate gets better. All right, anyway. I just gotta wait for the game to kind of recover from all of that. Anyway, put the fishing rod in. Luck of the Sea. That works. Luck of the Sea and Unbreaking. I kind of wanted the other one, but one that makes it fish faster. But doesn't matter. This should count as open water over here too. I thought about installing the Vanilla Tweaks statues data pack. Bottle of water. And then using that to kind of make this, put this armor statues over there in fun little poses and things, but too much work. I don't know the statues data pack that well either. I've only messed with it very, very briefly. The 117 world that I had, I updated it to 118, and now it runs like crap because 118 hates my computer. There's a salmon. Is this done growing yet? No. Close though. Weirdly, I haven't gotten another experience seed. I've just got the one experience seed. Oh, and I did finally put the flight upgrade in my chest plate. So that's how I can just fly around like this now. Super handy. Basically a requirement too for playing in a skyblock type map is some ability to fly, even if it's just like with a elytra. Missed that one. Come on, fish. Like, when I'm sitting there waiting for you, you come, like, takes forever. But when I'm putting my robe back on, now you're biting right away. Stupid fish. All right, there's 2. Just need 3 more of those. I don't need the water bottle for anything. The raw fish I don't really need either, but I could probably just make the seed out of it if I really felt the need. But there are automatic fishers in the pack, by the way. You don't have to use a fishing rod. But since I didn't set any of them up, this is probably going to actually be quicker than building it and then waiting for it to run. And it gives me something to do. Something to do. I don't think you can make a conduit. Can you get Hearts of the Sea in this pack? I have to look that up. I mean, they're in the pack. Aha, there's a crafting recipe for them. I guess you could get a conduit if you really felt the need. That's another one of those things that I've never actually built. I've never actually built a beacon. Well, I've built a beacon in, like, mod packs. But I've never built one in vanilla. I've never killed a wither in vanilla, actually. Alright, come on, guys. I need to go sleep anyway because it's getting dark and I haven't slept in a while and phantoms are going to come and attack me. Because I don't believe megatorches stop phantom spawns. My bee farm is also like completely broken. But I haven't bothered to fix it. I could do, and I probably should do, is set it up with the exporters and importers, so it, you know, it autocrafts the bottles and all that. But yeah. About as interesting as real fish. Oh, I forgot you can get enchanted books from doing this. I'm so used to doing the AFK fisher, where you just have the little single water source, and then you leave it overnight, and you just end up with a chest full of junk at the end. Because you do, you know, I do it not to get the treasure that you can get out of fishing, but to just get the XP, because it's a very easy way early on to get a ton of XP. If you can leave your game running like overnight or something. Come on, I just need like 3 more salmon, and it does have to be salmon too. There we go. Just need 2 more. You can't use just normal fish, which would be nice. Auto fisher with mending rod and a hopper with chest chain underneath it. Yep. Yeah, it's a good way to get a lot of XP. And, you know, all the fish you will ever need. And actually, that's a good way. It's a great way to get bottles too, because you end up getting water bottles, and then you can just drink the water out of them, and now you've got a bottle. Or you can just take the water bottle and put them into your enchanter, which is what I always end up doing with them. Or not enchanter, your brewing stand. Just take the water bottles, put them in your brewing stand, and there you go. All right, there we go. Now we got all the salmon. Go ahead and put all this stuff into there. And let's see, what else do we need? So I've got all the salmon. I still need 2 more experience essence. We need some more barley. And then I need 76 emeralds. So you have still not grown yet. How's the barley coming? Where did it? You know, I really hate how sometimes the thermal series stuff will break the crop, and sometimes it'll leave it there. There's some barley seeds in here. I do not. Oops. Let's do it this way. Now we've got all the barley. This is another thing that I dislike about refined storage is that it doesn't save your searches. Like you have to research every time. It's very annoying. All right. So anyway, then we need 2 more experience essence and 76 emeralds. So if I come in here and not quite enough, but if I just grab, what is it? Oh, it's 12. So I just go ahead and just borrow some emeralds. We can go over here where my villagers are all set up. And I can go talk to you, and we can just buy a dozen bookshelves from you.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
And we just break all the bookshelves.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
We're gonna make sure we pick up all the books. There we go. And then we just go and we sell you 12. And we sell you 12. And we sell you 12. Now I have 36 emeralds. And we just keep doing that. Oh, and I'm able to break the blocks like that because I have, where is it?
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
That. So that increases your mining speed slightly, and also moves your base mining level up. So instead of only being able to break wood stuff, you can actually break stone stuff just with your fist.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
And I'm doing it this way instead of using my tool because the tool is too fast. And I usually end up putting a hole in the floor when I try to use it. Okay, have you restocked yet? You
Buzz,
have.
buzz, buzz.
You have not. You don't buy books. You do.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
I love this. I love this little thing. And I love that it works in vanilla too. Like once you get villagers, this is like the best way to get emeralds and and XP really. And it's actually a little bit better in vanilla because you don't have to worry. You can actually use a tool and you don't have to worry about putting a hole in the floor. I gotta wait for you guys to restock though. That's the only downside. My zombie down here moving around. What I don't really understand. Okay, this is what I don't really understand. I don't get why Mojang is so opposed to people using auto fishers. Like they're fine with all the other automation that you can do in the game. But for some reason auto fishers, AFK fishers, they're just like, "Nope. Can't let you do that. We got to keep nerfing that and breaking it and trying to shut it down every chance that we get." You need to get zombified like 4 or 5 more times because you are still really expensive. You guys really need to restock quicker. Although I think that's the emeralds that I need. So anyway, if you're not familiar with the recipe for this in this version, it is kind of expensive. Diamond. Each one requires a diamond, a honey apple, a cooked salmon, a poisonous potato, a block of emerald, a cake, lily pad, crystallized obsidian, and one of these stews that has a name that I cannot say. And the stew is made up of all that, so that's why we need a bottle of enchanting. So, like, yeah, they are expensive to make in this version. In 112, the heart containers in 112 are actually really cheap. They're not going to restock again today. I need to go sleep. or the yeah, the heart containers in 112 are actually really cheap to make. Ten hearts, 16 more emeralds. I don't quite have enough. I'll need to do one more cycle. And you still haven't grown. Let's grab some of that. Yeah, this field over here I don't have set up with an auto harvest. I could. There's nothing stopping me from setting up an auto harvest right here, but I just haven't. Alright, so I get 10 heart containers. We now just need the 16 emeralds, and then everything else should be doable. The only thing that's going to be a trouble, the only thing that's going to be a problem is the cake. And the reason why the cake is going to be a problem is because there's a craft for it that is actually cheaper than doing it in a crafting table, but it involves those guys. The trouble is that it uses 2 eggs, and for whatever reason, the thing has decided to... Oh, I also upgraded this. But the thing has decided that instead of putting the 2 eggs separately, like the block requires you to, it puts the 2 eggs into the same slot, and it doesn't run. So we have to go over there and actually sit there and update it. Yeah. So anyway, I upgraded this, and somehow that iron did not end up in the hopper. So instead of having a lava blade here, it now has one of these mob mashers, and the mob masher is upgraded. So it actually kills the golems like instantly. And drops slightly more iron that way than if I'd just left it to do it on its own. With the lava, that is. It also drops XP, which I was a little bit concerned about, that it would cause some lag, but it hasn't caused any noticeable lag. I think because the golems spawn so infrequently. I could upgrade those hoppers to an absorption hopper, which would make iron just landing on the ground like that not an issue, but not that big of a deal. Would you guys restock already? This is something else too that I discovered. If you put a wall right here, the XP tends to get stuck down inside there. But if you take this wall out, they still can't get out as long as you have something over their head so they can't jump up. But you can still kind of, you can still get in here and pick up the XP. You guys are just not going to restock, are you? Because I can't really do anything else until you restock. Oh, I can just buy cakes from this guy too. Oh, I completely forgot about that. We might do that. We might just buy the cakes. We'll have to do another couple cycles of this. Would you guys restock already? Alright, well, they're being difficult, so... Look here and see what else we can do. An unbreakable Tinker's Construct tool or weapon. Okay. Unbreakable, I believe, uses a nether star. No. What does Unbreakable use then? No, we can do this. No. Hold on. The problem with Tinkers is that it's really hard to look up in JI. Okay, here we go. And I know you can look it up in the book, but because they separated out the book into a bunch of different ones, and it's just obnoxious to try to get. So anyway, to create Unbreakable, you need a Dragon's Breath, 2 Shulker shells, and 2 Netherite ingots, as well as having put Netherite and Reinforced 5 on the tool. And it requires an ability slot to apply. Like, that is an insanely expensive thing to put on here. So let's find we want to find Netherite and there's Netherite. So Netherite it requires diamond or emerald and requires an upgrade slot. And then reinforced is the iron reinforcement, has a max of 5 steps, and requires an upgrade slot. So, like, that is incredibly expensive to put that on there. It's incredibly expensive to put on there, and I really don't see a point. So in previous versions of Tinker's Construct, Tinker's tools were really good. They were generally one of the better, if not the best, items that you could get in the game. Or tools you could get in the game, I should say. The trouble is, they aren't anymore. They're kind of crap.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
You know, you can do just like these Netherite Paxels are incredibly good tools. And they take damage, but they take so little damage from having Unbreaking 4. I mean, even just Unbreaking 4, which this one has, it still barely takes any damage. And then you just put Mending on it.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
I don't know. I don't see a point. It doesn't make any sense. It make any difference. All right. Anyway, let's grab 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just grab 10 cakes. This will make this go a little bit faster since we don't have to wait for that to craft the cakes. Put that in there. Put that in there. Now we should be able to make 10 heart containers. There we go. Go ahead and start. And now if we back out and we'll look at this, we can see what all it's working on. Yeah, so now it is working on the crystallized obsidian, which it needs to make the crystallized amber first, and then the amber becomes the obsidian. And it's cooking the salmon. And the salmon is being cooked by this guy, which it's almost done from. And it is being made over here, but it is out of power. Why is there crystallized amber in there? What is going on here? Stop. So because that is out of power, it means I need to go put some coal in it. I've got quite a bit of coal. I don't actually know where all this coal came from either. We'll just throw it all in there. Is that connected to? It is connected. Let's just break that so it doesn't try powering the entirety of everything. Stop putting... I don't know why it keeps putting everything in here. Like, this is very annoying that it keeps doing this. Stop that. I'm pretty sure I'd fixed it so it wouldn't do this, but it keeps doing it anyway. Okay, from here, things should work correctly. So now it's got to take the crystallized amber and basically upgrade it into the crystallized obsidian. But in order to do that, it needs slime. So that's what it was trying to do. Is it was trying to each time it would get a crystallized amber, it would try to immediately try to make the crystallized obsidian. But you know, it can only work on one at a time. If I wanted to make it a little bit more efficient, I could actually have set it up so that there was 2 separate sets, where there was this set that would do the obsidian and there was this set that would do the amber. But yeah, not worth doing. So anyway, that should be done shortly. And there we go. All 10 heart containers. As you can see, I already have a ton of hearts. My armor gives me hearts and just, yeah. But anyway, now we can just do this. 7, 6, 2, 1, 10. There we go. I now have effectively 40 hearts because I have absorption on there too. So 10 heart containers from Silic. Unbreakable Tinker's Construct Tooler Weapon. We just kind of went over that. I could do it. Like, it's definitely possible to do. It would just require really delving into Tinkers, and that's not something that I'm not going to do that in this pack. Let me put it this way. I'm not going to do that in this pack because the pack that I'm intending to start after this also has Tinkers in it, and I believe it uses it as a much more focused pack, a lot like how my Snowcraft pack was set up that I played before this one, where it kind of focuses Tinker's Construct a lot more. So we're just not going to mess around with it. Access your refined storage network remotely using a wireless grid. Well, if I push this button here, that is a wireless refined storage grid. So I can now access it like that and throw that into the void. So basically it is the wireless crafting grid, which I've been fighting with for a while, trying to get it to work. I did eventually figure out a charger. It is this infinity charger here. This is literally the only charger in the pack is this one. And it's very annoying because if you look, that is a stupid amount of power that this can hold. Like the reason it's sitting up here is because if I actually hook it up to my power grid, it literally drains every ounce of power out of my grid, and just sucks all of it out. And it's like, don't do that. You break everything when you do that. So I just put it over here. If I need to, I can hook it up to the grid, or really what I should do is just put this force engine up against it and then just charge it as I need it to recharge my my grid. But I don't use this very often because it's actually not terribly good. If you look, the wireless transmitter has a range of 16 blocks. So if I go over here, out of range, like, how is that worth? That is not worth the headache to set it up. Okay? The Applied Energistics wireless the range on it can be expanded hugely, but like there's nothing in here that does range. Or well, okay, so there is a range upgrade here, but like it just does it. Looking it up, the range upgrade does not add that much range. And you basically still end up having to have multiple transmitters all over the place. And then at that point, you might as well just put the grids down. So anyway, wireless storage network remotely. This one here, entangling 2 blocks, is one that I'm just like puzzled at how you do anything with it. I'm assuming you need one of these. The entangled binder. All right, let's just make one. So can bind entangled blocks to other blocks. Block selected. Okay, so that just selects a block. So if I make an entangled block, so if I do this, oh, that's weird. I like unentangle it. So what if I do that and to that? Okay, well, you can't open the shulker box from here, which would be like the useful thing for it. Can I do this? Nope. Okay, yeah. What is the point of this? Okay, so you can bind that to there, but you can't, like, access the crafting grid. So what is the point? I don't understand what the point would be. Alright, well, whatever. We did it. I'm sure that's one that, like, somebody who knows how the mod works could probably come up with something really cool. Maybe it'll transmit redstone through it, which would be kind of cool. Like, I guess you could do that instead of that. Have it entangle with redstone, which I guess would actually be cheaper than the way I did it. But yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, moving on to another set of trophy rooms. We need to display a treasure core. I think I picked one of these up from somewhere. No, I have statue cores. So what is a treasure core? The statue core. There, treasure core. Oh, that's just... That's not even hard to make. Like, there. What do you use a treasure core for? Treasure. Alright, well, whatever. We made one. I'll go put it over here. I was expecting it to be like something hard to get, or, you know, you gotta like loot a bunch of things, or, but no, you just make it, and it's really easy to make. 5 unique mob heads. So the way that you get mob heads, beyond just getting lucky, because I've actually got 3 already, you need to use the beheading modifier. So many creeper heads. There's 3. You need to use the beheading modifier, and then you just kill mobs, and they will eventually drop their heads. Which is a Tinker's Construct modifier, or you can also add it to your mob grinders. I believe either one will work. A player head. I don't have any way to get a player head, because I'm playing solo, so there's no way for me to get a player head other than by killing myself with a bow. But killing yourself with a bow won't trigger the mob head. I guess you could probably jump into one of the grinders that you've upgraded with beheading. That would probably give you your head. 20 unique statues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You actually technically count as 9. And then if I turned this off, it would actually give me more statues. But, yeah. A full set of Manual Tinker's Construct tools. So I actually have manual and generating. You can see. Trouble is that you don't get much. And a full set of Tinker Construct tools would be like, you know, I guess it would be a shovel, a pickaxe, a hoe, and an axe, right? Because the sword doesn't count as a tool. But basically that would require just delving really deeply into Tinkers, which I'm not going to mess around with. So, anyway, one each of single, double, triple, quad, quin, sex, sept, and octuple compressed cobblestone. I go in here and I do cobble. You can see that I just made it times 6. Yeah, I've got a lot. I can actually make it happen faster. So I have a times 8 in here. But anyway, let's just do this. So if I tell it to make one of these, I am actually missing a fuck ton of cobblestone. Look at that number. Like, that is insane. Even though I have 2.4 million cobblestone, it's still not enough. That's crazy. But yeah, so anyway, I have the requirements. Okay. I have an 8 right here. There's a times 8. There's a 7. 6 would be this one. Yep, 6. And then 5. There's 4. Why won't it give me the... There we go. I was clicking the wrong way. 3, there's 2, and there's 1. I believe you can place these down. Let me see. Yeah, 1, a 2, a 3. A 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, and an 8. There you go. There's all the compressed cobblestone. That would probably create an explosion big enough to destroy this entire everything that I've built. If you think about it. So that's all of those. Next one, fill an advanced black hole unit to maximum capacity. This is one of the ones that you have to just set up and leave, because this is an advanced black hole unit and it's nowhere near its capacity. 2.4 million, I believe. The advanced black hole can hold 67 million. So, like, you just got to set it up and let it go. Eventually, it'll fill up. Automatically craft an octuple compressed cobblestone in less than an hour. This is one that I don't know how you're supposed to do. Because, like I said, I just hit this and I'm missing so much. Like, you have to do this one after you filled this one up. Right? So, yeah. Fill 10 64K fluid storage discs with unique fluids. There are the fluids in the pack, enough to do this. But it's another one where you would need to set up a way to generate each fluid automatically and then just leave it alone. Increase cobble production to faster than 10K per second. I have no idea what mine is at. It is probably nowhere close to that, and I really don't know how you would figure it out. Network transmitter and receiver to access refined source from another dimension. I don't care. There's no reason to be in other dimensions, so I'm not going to mess around with that. Killing a wither in each of the 3 dimensions. or 4 dimensions. Not going to mess around with that. This one I have no idea how you would do because as far as I know, you can't put more than 4 drills pointing at a single base. Row upon row of cobble gen. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be. Is it would just be it would be this, only just massively expanded. Just tier 5s and then just oodles and oodles and oodles of them, which is definitely doable. It would just be boring as fuck. So, but anyway, this one, I don't know how you would do that because, again, like I said, as far as I am aware, you can only put 4 drills per base. So I don't have no idea how you would have a base with 100 drills. And then fight and kill 2 bosses at once. Well, we'd need to have 2 bosses. But what I am going to do from here is we're going to open some chance cubes. And I know early on I swore that I'd never open chance cubes because nothing good ever comes out of them. And I stand by that statement. Nothing good ever comes out of chance cubes. But I figure this will be interesting. So, the nice thing about chance cubes is that we can actually craft them. And they're kind of expensive, but they're not stupid expensive. So, we'll just go ahead and put that in there. And then we also got to tell it how to make the blocks. And there. And then, let's see if we can just order up a stack. We do not have enough lapis for a full stack. 855 lapis. Oof. Okay. There is another thing we can do, which is that, because we do actually have lapis growing over there. Oh, the reason that I moved this over here, I'll show you guys this because I'm kind of happy about this. I actually put an exporter onto that pattern grid. So this exports patterns and then it crafts them. So it'll always be full of patterns. I guess that is like the one upside to refined storage over applied energistics, because you can't do that in applied energistics. Hey, look, now we have enough. Go ahead and make those. So while that crafts, I'm going to go use the restroom. I will be right back. Alright, there's a stack of chance cubes. Ugh, these things are so dangerous. Alright, the last thing that I want to do... we don't have Soulbound. I was really hoping Soulbound was in this. As an additional soul slot. The hell is a soul slot? Not craftable. I don't... Darkosto, you can hide these from JEI, the creative modifiers. Do it. There's no reason for this to be visible in here, especially when it doesn't have a craft. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to do a thing. We're going to go ahead and mark this as home so we can find our way back. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fly off in this direction until we can't see our base anymore. And then we will start spawning these things, because I do not want this to be anywhere near my base. And there's obviously the chance that we could get like a wither, and that would be bad. Killing it shouldn't be too much of a trouble, because this sword is ridiculous and kills a wither in like 5 hits. But yeah, I don't want it to decide that it's going to go over and start attacking any of my creatures that I've got living over there on my base, because I've got a bunch of different animals and villagers and all that. So we're just going to go probably about 1,000 blocks. I think ought to be good. Now, speaking of bosses, the stream boss up there, if you hadn't noticed, I did actually reduce the amount of health that it had, which had the unfortunate side effect of resetting it. Because it was set to 10,000 hit points, which is a lot. So now it is set to 1,000. And it's also set up with, I forget what they call it. It's like a rollover type thing, where the person who beats it becomes the new boss. And I think it's how much you beat the previous one by determines how much health you have. So, a little bit fun, a little bit more, a little bit easier to actually defeat the current stream boss. All right, that should be good enough, because we're 1,300 blocks away. So we'll go ahead and drop an angel block, and then I'm just going to use the cobblestone here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be a good thing to use my construction wand for, but I didn't bring it with me because I didn't think of it. Like I said, I don't generally use construction wands. Even in packs that have them, I just never find them that useful. The building tool from SkyFactory 4 I actually found super useful, and I would use it like all the time. But for some reason, the rest of these I just don't find useful. All right, anyway, that gives us a little bit of a platform. We might have to go get more, but... Chance cube. I don't know why... Oh! Merry Christmas. Generating maze, maybe some sign. Beat the maze and find the sign. You have 45 seconds? What the shit is this? It's gonna kill me afterwards, isn't it? Where the fuck? What? This is dumb. This is really dumb. Where's this stupid sign at? There it is. Break me to beat maze. You have won. Here, have an item. A pipe. Sparta. A set of iron armor and a sword. A chunk loader. Eflin. These are actually really handy. Not in Void Worlds, though. A fuck ton of striders. Alright, well, whatever. Maybe we'll get a wither and you guys will die. That'll be entertaining. Enchanting table. A fuck ton of squid. And water, which is obnoxious, actually. Because I don't have any way to get rid of this water now. Yeah, whatever. My mind is blank. Oh, a bunch of Tinker's Construct patterns. A force shovel. I think that was a force shovel. A bunch of husks. Oh, I got rid of the water. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. You want to get me? You want to get me? Yeah, you do. You guys are so dumb. You're like the smartest husk. Or you're the one that pushed everyone else off, aren't you? For that, you die. Nothing. What? Herobrine? Well, dude, fuck off. Yeah, guess what? I can fly and you can't. I really don't think this is how they intended you to do this. He has a lot of health. Do you count as a boss? I feel like you should count as a boss just because of how much ridiculous amount of health you have. It does a ton of damage, too. Why am I killing you? See ya. Why am I beating this guy to death? I can just spleef his ass. Slime man. Okay. Huh. An emerald apple. Neat. Free loot. That was a mimic. I didn't even see what that was, but he just spawned over the void. Poor fox. I hope he hit the water. Release the horde. A bunch of harmless vindicators, or pillagers. Yeah, you guys are like disarmed. Zombie villager. What is that? Some solid XP. Huh, well, we can use that to patch up this hole. Beep. And then we can go... Come on back over here. Come on. Bye-bye. Another one that doesn't seem like it does anything. And a couple of those. Alright, well, that's one way to get rid of them. Boing, 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 boing. Draco Hein. Is that a reference to something? Oh, he's hostile, too. Bye-bye. Yummy, delicious bacon. Hey, our bacon farm! These I never figured out how to use. I'm assuming you're supposed to be able to, like, put the bacon into it? Oh, now it's got bacon in it. I don't know. Boss fight. So probably a wither. Nope. Bunch of random... Oh, a Ravager. You hit really hard. Hey, guess what? Come on. Come over here. Oh, it teleports you back inside. Come on. Over a little bit more. Little bit more. Little bit more. Dude, stop shooting me. That skeleton is honestly more dangerous than the Ravager is. What the fuck? Oh, they're like confetti reapers. Alright, you know what? Fuck this. Yeah, there you go, jackass. I'm a fox. We don't play fair. I am definitely made the right decision there. Bye-bye, platform. Nailed the landing, yeah. Do-it-yourself pumpkin pie. Oh, a chicken for the egg, a pumpkin, and sugarcane. There's no milk, though, unless the cow just went straight into the void. All right, do I just eat this now? Yeah. Shoo. Hey, there's a wither. He's a weak wither, too. Oh, killed himself. And it dropped a ghast tier. Called Get Good, Nerd. You guys having some trouble there? Here, let me help you. I don't have any more blocks. Hold on. See, I knew that these things were destructive, but if I'd have realized that they were this destructive, I probably would have brought more blocks with me. Yeah, 4 sacks. This is kind of what I mean, though. Like, you can get from everything from, like, a Ravager boss fight to a... What do you call a conversation between 2 garbage cans? Trash talk. I was going to say Twitch chat, but... Oh, a magnet. Those are actually useful. Magnet glove deactivated. Sneak right click to change modes. Activated. Build a platform out of chance cubes? No. For one thing, I don't want them to get destroyed. Because I don't know if like one of the effects, like the creeper explosion, I don't know if that'll set them off or just destroy them. Come on over here. Creeper tot is what they are called. They don't have any health. Some barrels. What the fuck? Oh, an absorption hopper. Hold on. We can expand our platform here. Let me expand the platform a little bit. There we go. That's not what I meant to do. Whatever. Whoops. Really didn't want to do that. Ah, an ender pouch. And some hay bales. That actually helps. Platform out of random shit that we keep getting out of these chance cubes. And unlimited knowledge. Non-portable, portable information stand. Books not included. It's just a lectern. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's TNT. Oh, you tried to cobweb me, but it didn't work. Because one of these actually makes you immune to cobwebs. Fire and lava, poison, falling into the void, protection from the wither, immune to fall damage. Huh. I thought one of them did. Might be a passive thing. Endermites and silverfish. All stacked on top of each other. Bye, guys. It's just XP. It's an XP fountain. Another enchanting table. I think we're starting to get to the point where we're looping. Firefox again. Poor guy. What? I don't have any way to put you out. I'm sorry. He's not actually taking damage though, so. Yeah, it only works if I'm on ground, nerd. And there he goes. Hi, I'm Matt. I don't get it. Some powered rails. Oh, a doormat. Okay. I was confused because I saw the powered rails. I didn't see the doormat. I sense a pattern here. Seems you have purchased the Saplings DLC. Be gone. What is that? Simple combustion generator. Not actually useful. A horde of Endermen. Bye, guys. Another slime man. See ya. Ender tanks. Some of these things that you get out of these are like useful, and other ones are like, the fuck were they thinking? Charged creeper. Who's on fire? Just get rid of you. Let's see here. Get rid of that. Put that back. That's not where I meant to put that. See ya. Chosen architect. I feel like that's another joke that I just don't get. What? Oh, it's Skyblock. It literally is Skyblock. It's just vanilla Skyblock if you wanted to play that. There you go. So I hear you like chance cubes, so I put some chance cubes in your chance cubes. What is that, a respawn anchor? Yeah, respawn anchor. Turtles. USMC chick number 79. I feel like that's another joke. Under chests. Bunch of burning skeletons. Really? Hate when it does that. Burning zombies. A house. Full of villagers. Do you want to play a game? Not really. Oh, a raid. It just spawns a raid. Or if I can get the guys to kill the raid boss for me. Because I don't really want Bad Omen. Or spleef him. That works too. Alright. Go away. Go away. Round 1. Round 2. I forgot I had these. Alright, well, you guys are just gonna... Yeah. Bye-bye. Oh, there's a bedrock. Neat. Raid defeat. Why does it say defeat? I like these. These are really handy. I don't really care. Look, bedrock. Rotten flesh. TNT. Another frickin' boss fight. Demonic blaze. Technically, you guys can float, but you do still have to have ground underneath you. Well, we could probably just kill it. Jesus Christ, it's got a lot of health. Okay, you teleport me back over here, but you don't teleport him back over here. How am I supposed to fight him now? This is dumb. That just set me on fire. You didn't see anything. I really didn't. Okay, how am I supposed to fight the blaze when he's way over there? Huh? I can't get to him. Because if I try to go over here, I just get teleported back here. Oh, there's where my platform went. I'm trapped. I can't actually leave. This is a problem. Alright, well, anyway, that was a stack of chance cubes that we opened. They were dumb. They were definitely dumb. Get rid of these while we try to figure out how we get out of this situation. I'll keep those. Don't need those. The blaze go? Did he leave? Oh, there he is. Yeah, see, so the issue with blazes is that if they are not aggroed to something, they will just slowly sink. And then eventually, they will, they'll eventually just end up in the void. But anyway. Blunk. So yeah, that was chance cubes. They are dumb. Wish we didn't get anything. We didn't get anything really bad, which I'm kind of surprised by. So the only thing I can think is that maybe they took out a lot of the really bad shit that you can get out of chance cubes. Because I know in older versions of the game, that's the bedrock. Can't do anything about that. In older versions with chance cubes, you could get some really nasty things. So I don't know if it was just RNG that we didn't, or if they took those out. I guess somebody else who opens chance cubes on a regular basis would have to take a look and see. But anyway, we'll just head back over here, and actually we're going to cheat ever so slightly. Come on. Not what I want. Teleport. What? Why do I have a boss bar here? Venema boss bar. I don't know what that's attached to. Is that the bear? I think that's the bear. Huh. I don't know. Might be just a bug. You know, a little leftover something or other from the chance cubes. This is another reason not to fuck around with chance cubes, is that they have a tendency to break your game. Most of the time the game does not like having server lag. That's what's going on. All right, well, let's just shut it off and we'll turn it back on. That should fix that particular issue. But yeah, the game tends to not like a lot of the effects of chance cubes, so it gets all misbehavey and glitchy. It used to be possible, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be possible to look up the effects of the chance cubes. Like there was a config that would actually show what effects were possible, as well as what like text messages and chat messages and stuff like that. I don't know if that still happens in with this version, but maybe if my game decides that it's gonna work again, we might have to kill it. Because it might be goobered up. Let me see here real quick. I can tell, if I get into the log here, I can tell if it's... Yeah, server is considered, was overloaded. It looks like it's actually halted. It's just not exiting, so we're just going to kill it. Fortunately, SkyFactory doesn't take as long to launch as some of these other packs that I have played. Or seen played. MC Eternal comes to mind. I did actually play a little bit of it, and it just didn't. I don't know. I had issues with it, and so I stopped. And I've watched a little bit of Zine and Sparkles play it, and it's not. I don't know. It's not really like the kind of pack that I would really consider to be good or entertaining for me, because it's a lot of just trash garbage over and over and over, and very, very grindy, very grindy. The whole the microtransaction system that MC Eternal has is one that I don't like. Like, I don't understand the point of it, for one, and it also doesn't really fit with Minecraft, in my opinion. All right, well, while we wait for that to reload, I'm going to use the restroom again. I have to pee again. Yeah, I don't know why I was trying to fight that Ravager fair. We're standing in a void world. Just spleef the stupid thing. Right? Fight smart, not hard. What are you doing, Thor?
What?
He's very difficult to pet without getting licked. He has this really bad obsession with licking things. Come on. I hate this part where it just sits. Like, you're done loading. Let's move on. Next screen, please. Build a platform out of chance cubes. That reminds me of that old. I don't know if you watched that old series of Trollcraft. But late in the series, once they added chance cubes into the pack, some of the things that those guys did to each other was just evil. Especially since those were the old chance cubes that were like super, super destructive. All right, come on, what's going on? Like, what is going on? There we go. It takes so long to get from that screen. It takes so long. I don't know. Whatever. It still takes less time than loading MC Eternal. Even though it takes a while. Where are we falling? Apparently, it didn't correctly update my position. So, I guess we'll just fly. It's fine. Basically, all I want to do is, there's, I think, 2 check boxes that we can tick off for the chance cube shenanigans. And then I think that's about it. But we'll look through one last time through the book and see if there's anything else that I can tick off or complete real quick. But then that'll probably be it. So while we're flying back, there will be a stream on Thursday. More Salt and Sanctuary. There will be a new series, a new pack starting up on Friday on YouTube. The pack that I have found and decided upon is called Cave Factory. And it's basically a 1/16 spiritual successor to the old stone block packs. If you remember those from 112, I actually did play Stone Block 2. It was a lot of fun. And kind of looking forward to getting into Cave Factory, especially because Cave Factory uses a lot more mods that I am not that familiar with. So one of the ones that it uses really early on is Blood Magic. It also uses it uses Blood Magic. It uses Create, which I've never done anything with at all. So I figure like it ought to be pretty fun and pretty interesting to learn these different mods that I've never had an opportunity to interact with before. So anyway, let's go through and make sure that we've cleared all these off. So still no Squid Ink farm. We opened 10 chance cubes. We did that. Didn't do those. All them. We opened 64 chance cubes, because remember I made a stack, and then we actually got more chance cubes while we were opening the chance cubes, so we actually opened more than 64. And I believe that's it, because I don't think, yeah, we didn't, there was a wither that spawned, but it just kind of self-destructed, so I don't think that counts. And we didn't fight and kill 2 bosses at once, because... But I think that's gonna pretty much do it. So, yeah. So thank you to everybody for joining me through this pack. It was interesting. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely interesting to see where the SkyFactory concept kind of originated from. Obviously, SkyFactory 4 was my first real big mod pack that I played, and it was actually what got me back into playing Minecraft after having left the game for a long time. I played through SkyFactory 4, and it was a lot of fun. And now I've just been playing other mod packs and things like that. So go ahead and sleep real quick just to make sure that our spawn is set and all of that. And I think that is going to end it for me. I will be leaving. I will put this world up for download. I don't know that you will spawn in this base. I will put the coordinates of the base in the description or in the download link, just to make sure that you guys can get here if you want to take a look at my base, kind of explore, maybe finish up some of those challenges that I didn't do. But yeah, look forward to Cave Factory starting up on Friday. More Salt and Sanctuary on Thursday, and that's about it. So thank you to everybody for joining me. Really appreciate that. I think I said that already. If you're watching this on YouTube, do all the YouTube things, like, comment, share, subscribe. You can follow me here on Twitch, Silly Snowfox. Follow me on Twitter at Silly Snowfox as well. And that's about it. I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. So thank you to everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. So long.